Hi guys, my name is Yashashvi and I'm a certified clinical nutritionist. In this video, I want to give you 5 important tips that you should follow whenever you're on a journey of weight loss. Now, most of the people who come to me for weight loss, they are either ignorant about what they're doing to their body, and first thing that they just focus is reducing their calories intake. Now, you have to understand first and foremost, the most important thing is the difference between weight loss and fat loss. Now, these two are not the same. When I talk about weight loss encompasses loss of muscle mass, fat, and water. Whereas in case of fat loss, we are predominantly targeting the body's fat. Now, whenever someone starts a journey of weight loss, I've seen most of the people do this without any experts' guidance or healthcare practitioners' advices or suggestions. What they predominantly go into is reducing the calories intake. When you reduce your calories intake and when you're not doing any sort of exercises or strength training, your body is going to lose muscle mass if the weight loss is more than 5 to 6% of your body weight. Now, why this happens is when you reduce calories, first of all, you're reducing your intake, and in this way, you're reducing the nourishment that you're getting through your food. Second thing, you're not doing anything, you're not putting any stress on the muscles so that they build back. There is a concept of muscle mass development, which means when you do strength training, any sort of strength training, it basically creates micro tears in your muscles, and these tears then take the protein that you're taking through your food and leads to muscle protein synthesis, which is more than protein breakdown, which people don't know. So what usually happens is people focus on weight loss unknowingly and not target the fat loss. So after a few months, you will see people who want to reduce weight, either they have lost the weight. I'm not saying they have not lost the weight. They have lost the weight, but the problem is they feel lethargic. They feel that they are completely drained. There are a lot of vitamins, minerals deficiencies that pop up. Along with this, their body doesn't look toned at all because they're just targeting weight loss. Now, weight loss can happen from any parts of your body. Till the point you actually put your body into resistance training, your body is not going to tone itself automatically, even if you increase your protein intake. Second and most important thing that you should remember on your weight loss journey is to have a balanced meal. Now, when I say balanced meal, it doesn't mean that you have to just eat vegetables or you have to give up on sugar or any sort of junk food. No. What I'm trying to make you understand is that your meal has to be a proper proportion of protein, fats, and carbs. Now, all three are important. Protein is important in building your muscles. Fat is important so that it actually helps you in the immunity and hormonal functioning of the body. Third, carbs is important to give you the main energy source. Carbs is the main energy source, the instant energy source. So you need that also. You have to ensure that along with this, your diet is balanced in a way that there is a lot of colors in your diet, like colorful vegetables, colorful fruits, varieties of dals, varieties of pulses. You have to include nuts and seeds. You have to include meat in your diet if you are predominantly into strength training. At the same time, your protein intake has to be proper and efficient in a way that your weight loss or your fat loss is getting balanced. Third most important thing on a journey towards weight loss is to have a goal. Guys, really, this is one thing that I've seen missing in most of the people who come to me. They just want to reduce weight. I want to lose weight. How much? By when? How much can a body actually tolerate? Are you keeping a track of it? There is nothing planned. How are you supposed to reduce your calories without knowing that, okay, I'm going to target 1 kg of weight loss in a month? For that 1 kg of weight loss in a month, I have to shed nearly 0.25 kgs in a week. I will make sure that I'll do this either by jogging, either by running, either by reducing my calories intake, or a combination of both. So it's really essential for anybody who's wanted to go into weight loss to have a proper goal. If you are 65 kgs, if you want to reduce weight and you come to me with a vague plan that I want to reduce weight, how much? If I tell you that, okay, your body can take 5 kgs of weight loss because that is what is ideal for your height and your age, that is the right way of planning things. You cannot just say that I want to reduce weight. Until what point are you going to keep reducing weight? Till somebody tells you that, okay, you have lost enough of weight, now stop. Is that the right way? No, your weight loss has to be optimum. It has to be right for your body so that it actually gives you the kind of confidence, it gives you that toned body. At the same time, you feel energetic from inside. It shouldn't be something that you are just on your weight loss journey and you're losing x amount of kgs. I've seen a lot of people targeting 5 to 6 kgs of weight loss in a month, they are not even sure that they are going to lose 5 to 6 kgs. It's just that after a month they tell me, oh, I lost 5 kgs of weight. But is that sustainable? Is it actually right to do? It's not. If you lose so much of weight in a month, your body is going to be in a very deficient state of vitamins and minerals. Your body will, you will feel a lot lethargic. Your thinking abilities, cognitive abilities, your productivity, your energy levels, all is going to drop down. And along with this, you will have issues of hair fall and muscle weakness, brittle nails, brittle hair, all of these issues, because your body is not getting the requisite amount of energy. And the first thing that your body will understand why when you lose 5 kgs is that, okay, this person has lost 5 kgs of weight. Now I have to give energy to the vital organs of my body. What is one thing, or what are things that doesn't require that much of energy? It's my hair. My hair is doing nothing on my head, so let me stop energy supply to my hair. So you will face problems of baldness or hair loss, hair thinning. All of these issues will pop up. Hormonal imbalance will pop up. So you have to ensure that whenever you are on a journey of weight loss, you are doing something which is sustainable, and it is something that is properly planned and not something just impulsively you're following someone blindly and you're trying to lose weight. Fourth important thing that I've seen in most of the people is, while weight loss or fat loss should be your goal, it should not be the only goal that you have in life. You have to upgrade in all aspects of your life, be it professionally, be it financially, be it emotionally, be it mentally, be it spiritually, be it in any way. You have to upgrade in all of these aspects. One of the reasons why most of the people, once they achieve their goals, they again fall back to square one is because they don't know what to do after they have achieved their goal. They are so busy in achieving that goal that, oh, I have to reduce 10 kgs, I have to just look thinner, I just have to look lean, I just have to shed weight. But what after that? Do you have anything after that? The answer is no. That's why you will see richest to richest people, even when they lose weight, they come back to what they were, square one, because for that brief period of time, in that 6 months or 1 year, they are just focusing on weight loss. They're not focusing on anything. They reduce their calories to such an extent that they cannot go out and meet their friends, they cannot enjoy their life. They're so much energy deprived, their body is in a deprived state, their body is in hunger of getting the energy that it needs. So once they hear the words, okay, now you have lost so much of kgs of weight, now you're okay, now you have to be in a maintenance, that their body will tell them, okay, now you have achieved this goal, now relax. Fifth point that I want to tell everyone is, do not be an impulsive enthusiast. Do not join gyms directly. Do not start CrossFit. Do not start something just because today you got the motivation that you want to lose weight, and tomorrow onwards you have taken the membership of the gym and you think that, okay, now I will start losing weight. It doesn't happen that way. You have to take small steps. If today I'm a couch potato and if I think that, okay, I want to lose weight, my first thing will be to start walking, is to first unsedentary myself from the chair, to start moving, to start going out in the sun, to explore places, to do things that I actually enjoy. It should not be something that I am going to the gym for first few days just because I got the motivation that I want to lose weight. But is it something that your body, that you can actually do? Is it something that you are enjoying? If yes, then definitely go for it. But if you think that, okay, it's just because I want to achieve my weight loss targets, that's why I'm joining a gym, that's why I'm going to Zumba, that's why I'm doing what XYZ things, trust me, it will not work. It will work for you, you will push yourself, you will force yourself for few months, but after that you will again fall back to what you were. So make sure whatever you do, it is sustainable. You can start with dancing at your home for 10-15 minutes or half an hour. You can go for jogging, you can go for walking, go out with your friends, explore your passion, be it playing badminton, be it playing cricket. Do something that you really enjoy, because in this way your brain is going to release endomorphins, and that is really going to give you the kick for the next day. It should not be something that you feel, oh, I have to go to my gym tomorrow, I'm not in the mood to go. No, it should be something that I have to go to the gym, I have to do this, it has to be like that. Then only you will lose weight properly and in an efficient manner and in a sustainable manner. Lastly, I want to tell people that most of the people who come to me, they are in their journey of weight loss. And what usually happens is, after you have lost X by Z amount of weight, you will have a period of plateauing, wherein your body will get used to what you're doing, and the calories that you're burning will go down. in this phase, in this brief phase, you have to ensure that you're not losing your calm, you're not getting frustrated, you're not in the mood, in the state of being burnout. You have to be patient enough. You have to be prepared mentally at the start of your weight loss journey that yes, there are going to be phases where I'll not see any progress, be it because of my own deeds, be it because I have had some parties, so I overly consumed some food, or because your workout is not working for you, your body has gotten used to it, you are in your periods, water retention is there, whatever may be the reason, you have to be prepared for these days. Once you are mentally prepared for such days, then even on those days you will not feel bad. You will feel that okay, this I was prepared for these days, and these days were bound to come some other other day, and it is today. So it's okay, I will accept it, I will embrace it, and I will work harder to achieve my goals. If you are mentally prepared, your body will automatically give you that positive energy to work on your goals. Loss, make sure you make notes of these points and try to incorporate all of these into your weight loss journey, and trust me, you will get really 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 good results. Thank you and see you soon.